It's Sunday. Y'all know how we start the pod on Sunday. What the fuck is going on in One Piece?
Right, you would know better than us right now.
Well, today nothing. It was nothing crazy.
It was nothing crazy.
Yeah, I'm talking specifically about
Just
2 episodes before.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I was a little upset that we was getting the backstory here this far. Still.
That's what I was saying. I don't want to make it seem like I'm just like hating, but
man,
nah, come the fuck on.
Yeah, why do we need it now? I get that like it involves him on God Island, and obviously they showed at least I think from a preview of at the end of last week's episode for this week, or no, at the end of last week's episode where Saint Saturn was like there talking to him and stuff. So like they have that history. That's why she there and she feels some type of way. All that's cool. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Couldn't care less.
I think you're gonna eat your words because me and him were talking about that when I pulled up, telling him the same thing. Nothing really happened today. It was just more of Kuma's backstory. I think for it to be getting told right now with a character like Bonnie, who for the majority of the show was not really involved.
Yeah.
No, she was only involved when they were on Sabaody. After that, I don't even think we really seen her.
Right. So now we're just all of a sudden getting a backstory on her dad. So yeah, I can kind of see how it looks like, nigga, what are we doing? But then look at the small shit that then got dropped. He's from a clan of people that are outlawed by the world government, the Buccaneer people, which goes back to the point which we can talk about that all day, but we're 1,000 episodes in, they're still doing shit like that. Still dropping knowledge of clans that are outlawed, not even just a D clan. And then they're showing more of Kuma, and then they're showing I can't say with this most recent episode, but some shit happened. Nothing crazy, but some shit happens to where it like kind of pushes it further along. I told him, I think they're not doing this shit for no reason. Some stupid shit's about to happen. I honestly think, and they showed God Valley.
That's what I was.
Kuma's. You would initially think Kuma's backstory. Cool, we been knew he was revolutionary, all that cool, but no, he triggers and wakes up the minute Bonnie tries to find out the truth about him, and he mindlessly tries to go to fucking Marijois, gets met by a Kaiman, and then now we're seeing his backstory is tied in with God Valley and shit like that. I promise you, I think some wild shit's about that.
That's why it ties back more so back into what we were talking about before we left for a month of who's about to pull up.
Yeah,
you get some back. They dropping knowledge on God Valley. We've been asking about what happened then, because and there's a nigga running around right now with a sword that look kind of, I don't know how he ties into that man Shanks, but I know that's his family somehow, some way.
Who are you talking? Right, what? What are you talking?
The dude running around with the sword on God Valley.
Oh, the Garling.
Yeah.
You feel like he's tied in with Shanks? Really?
Why?
He does have red eyes. I saw somebody talking about on Twitter about how he has red eyes like Shanks.
Red eyes, sword user.
But his hair is blonde. So, but that could also be the show trying to hide some shit. I don't know. I'm not opposed to the idea, though. We don't know anything about this nigga Shanks, bro, so I don't fucking know.
And what they was talking about God Valley is they getting all of their people up out of there. So we know that he's not from God Valley.
Who?
Shanks. He's found there. He gets taken back, whatever. That's all we know is that he was found at the end of God Valley.
Yeah.
We didn't know where he comes from.
Which is still so fucking crazy to me that, like, the nigga is King Aura when it comes to this show and the way he shuts it down and mystique of who Shanks is. And then to top it off, he was found by Gold Roger at God Valley as a child. That's fucking nuts, bro. Like, this is literally how you build a cool ass character. Literally. On your point though, of because me and you, we felt the same way, you too, but me and him talked about it, about getting teased with that fight. And then like it wasn't even just a regular tease. It was the fact that they gave everybody these special intros and shit.
Yeah.
That shit had me hyped. Y'all, you seen the reaction? Somebody commented on my video. It's a goofy explanation, but it low key makes sense. They said The reason that fight got teased and instead of shown is because it's out of budget to animate that fight. And I said, you know what? That probably makes sense.
Probably.
Because we're in Egghead, it's probably like 2 or 3 more fights that gotta happen. Zoro's still fighting Lucci. Luffy's gonna get back up.
Yeah.
You don't have the minerals to also animate as a side story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rocks versus the fucking.
I mean, but
Gold
they don't have to show the whole thing. Like they showed when they fought on.
Nigga, you out your mind.
They showed
I'd be mad if they didn't. If they showed me a little bit.
in Wano when they showed what's the name's backstory.
Odin.
Yeah, they showed him fighting on that island. And they showed like a little moment where you can actually see some back and forth.
That's different.
Then they showed like the clashes.
That's different. They weren't fighting them niggas to kill them. That was Roger and Whitebeard. If I'm not mistaken, they said they did that shit like annually or something. It was almost like a group sparring session, kind of.
Regardless, though, I'm saying you could have had that same sort of similar style.
No, the shit on God Valley, them niggas was hitting for real.
Yeah,
they were fighting for whatever. Which I don't know if I'm tripping. I don't even know why them niggas are all there.
I don't either.
Is it for specifically the devil fruits or what? I don't.
Yeah,
so okay. Look, again, them niggas is hitting for real.
Yeah,
that shit was. That's in Odin's backstory. They was playing.
That's like, how what's the name got
Kaido. What you call it?
That's how Big Mom hemmed up that one nigga.
Yvonne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to get the devil fruit.
Which is crazy that, like I said, Kuma's backstory is tied into that because the pawpaw fruit was there. That's how he got his. What was I about to say? Yeah. Whitebeard and Roger literally had sake after. Like everybody ate together. That was like some sparring shit. These niggas is on God Valley hit. They were trying to wipe out the Rocks Pirates. It's literally in the beginning of the show, we get told it was Garp. He teamed up with Roger to take down Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Which at first, when you hear it as an early watcher of the show, you're like, how fucking strong was the Rocks Pirates? If Roger is supposed to be the god and he needed help from Garp, how strong were they? But then you find out, nigga, they had everybody.
I was about to say, like his crew obviously is strong, but
like Rayleigh and Gabon, those are number twos.
Yeah, that's
they had a team for the
all number captains. I was literally about to say that. Big Mom, captain. Whitebeard, captain. Kaido,
all leaders all turned into Yonko.
And they weren't even the leaders because Rocks was still the leader.
And that nigga was in jail. He was chained up. Which, by the way, why did I get pressed in my comments for not knowing who the nigga with the silver hair was? Captain Jack? Or Captain John was his name. The one that pulled up on the side of them and he was drinking. Because I don't know what Rocks looks like. I don't think they've ever showed him. So I think they showed a silhouette of him one time. And so I was like, are we about to see what Rocks looks like? Captain John slides over, and I'm like, is that Rocks? And then
I haven't seen the short thing.
I quickly was like, I either said no, it's not him, or maybe they said his name or some shit like that. I don't know. A nigga in my comments at 4 a.m., 4 days after I fucking posted the video, at 4 a.m. was like, I gotta read the exact comment because now I'm tight. Look.
They don't ever talk about the people in his crew though, nor do they show them.
Maybe they did, but my nigga, that was like 90,000 years ago, bro.
Nah, they haven't. I think this was the first time they actually showed the people in his crew.
Captain John was in what is that? What's the Scooby Doo arc?
Thriller Bark.
He was in Thriller Bark. He was a dead person in Thriller Bark, which is fucking outrageous, but he was. And
fuck is gonna remember that?
Exactly. And he had bottle in hand, which is how people knew it was him. And I don't remember if they said his name or not. I gotta read y'all this exact comment. This nigga had me blown at 4 a.m. I'm like, ain't no way. Verbatim, this is what this nigga comments at 4 a.m. How can you be a quote One Piece fan and do not get all of the Rocks Pirates in the panel? How could you ever think Captain John would be Rocks?
Damn.
Just reacting for clicks, no interest at all for the show? Question mark. I replied to that nigga. I said, huh? Because you gotta think, obviously they weren't as strong as they were in their primes because they were young at that point. But, oh, Big Mom, Whitebeard, and Kaido was all in the same unit. I know them niggas were fucking. Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's no way we get through Egghead and they don't double back.
They probably
we have to.
Nah,
We
not
have
this
to.
arc.
That's fine.
That might be a
That's fine. We
separate
can get
thing. Like
through-
they might have
get
to.
through Egghead. We gotta see.
You want to know what you could do? You can money grab, and when One Piece ends, you could do like a movie spinoff of God.
Yeah.
And then that's another way to just add more shit to Shanks too, because they find him there, which is fucking bananas. I don't know. It's fucking side note. This nigga Saint Saturn is dropping niggas without even touching, bro. He dropped Sanji. I don't know if it's Conqueror's hockey or what. Because I said that in the reaction. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
If it's Conqueror's hockey and his Conqueror's hockey is that strong, we have one. If it's an ability, that's different. But if his Conqueror's hockey is that strong to where he's one hitting Sanji was out of commission.
Yeah, it may. I don't know. It may be an ability. I guess.
Hopefully,
I don't know.
because if it's Conqueror's hockey, he ain't.
I don't know, or some. It's some because whatever he is different from what we've seen. Like I think it's not far fetched to assume that he has a devil fruit. Obviously,
Yeah, what?
but it's not any of the devil fruits that we've seen.
No, it's definitely a mythical zone for sure. Maybe it's some other.
I was about to say, even then, I think it's a different one
Because his clouds are dark. They're not white.
He had to be summoned.
And
Well, I mean,
that's
that might
why
be his ability, or like his rank.
What?
I don't think that has to do with his devil. Me personally, him being
I
summoned.
think that has to do with him being one of the top. I think
Yeah.
all of them has to have.
Yeah, I think they got different devil fruits.
But
I'm not opposed to the idea.
which was interesting to me to see that he was just a real person in this backstory. He was just regular. Like he was just, you know what I mean? Because we didn't know what the hell's going on. The fact that he needed to be summoned, I'm like, okay, we've never seen them on land, so maybe all of them have to do that. And then to get the backstory with Kuma to see that he's a regular dude, I was like, okay,
Well, but that also doesn't make sense to me because he said he hasn't been on land in a long time, but he is in Marijois.
Marijois
is
in like the air though.
it's still a thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but he probably means like outside of Marijois, being on like an island somewhere, going and being not necessarily being a foot soldier, but doing some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it was you or you when we first saw that shit. The last pod we did before everybody left, one of y'all said that it reminded you of David Jones.
Oh yeah.
From Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
How he can only be on land if he has land with him. He can't actually touch real land, which is nuts. Yeah, it's a lot going on. I think some stupid shit, some wicked shit's gonna happen in this backstory. People are sleeping on the fact that this nigga literally got met by a kainu. The real Kuma got met by a kainu in Marijois. And my thing is, why did he go to Marijois? That's my thing. Why there? What are you trying to go do?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm very curious. But